Hello folks, and welcome to another video. So this one, adjust the camera here, is of course, I guess I'll be soldering with some unleaded or lead-free wire. So of course I got the 18, 16, 14, 12, and 10. And I already got them stripped. Just need to, okay, I'm looking through. And of course, I've had to turn the soldering iron up above 700. And of course, when I first started soldering, I bought a 60-40 soldering wires. And of course, you know, I had the, oh my God, there's lead in here moment. Okay, so we're going to start with the 18 and 16. So I ran out and bought some unleaded, lead-free solder, and these are the one off Amazon. They got Chinese writing on them, so they're generic. Let's see, and I'm not going to put any flux on these because these comes with flux. So let's see here. Turn my fan on. Let's see how this does compared to. Yeah, you can see it didn't. Usually with lead wire, just touch it on there and it would have. Okay, let's get that tinned. Ah, shoot, now we're going to run into a problem. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. So I'm going to start from the tip because I was looking online, you know, and guys were like, well, you know, if you start from the tip and then go towards the wire, the you know, the heat won't melt your wire, but that doesn't. But of course, I'm doing this with there we go. Yeah, this. I would recommend this for wire only. I wouldn't do. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm using a smaller 0.6. See. Yeah, it melted the wire, but that's also good too. That it melts the wire. That way it keeps, you know, I guess air and all that stuff from going in. Okay, I'm going to switch to a bigger wire. Yes, and the longer you keep this on the wire, the well, let me. There we go. Come on. Yeah, this is taking forever. Okay. And of course, use big. This is I think a one millimeter wire, so that way you don't have to go, you know, 2 or 3 times down the wire. Let's see if we can get to the end here. Yeah, if I'd done that fast enough, it probably wouldn't have melted. Yeah, and you can see solder. Yeah, I have to come and touch that up. Yeah, I definitely recommend this for wire and wire only. If you're going to do circuit board or any electronic soldering, I wouldn't. It's up to you. You can use it. You can still do it. There are guys who swear by it. And they're like, hey man, this, you know, I do circuit board with lead-free only, and I have been doing it for 20 years, no problem. Let's see how it looks. There's the top, there's the bottom, so it's got solder on there. Yeah, and of course the one of the big difference between leaded and unleaded is of course the yeah, there's some black, so it looks like I touched and burnt right there. I touched the wire, the plastic on the wire, and burnt it. That's because the iron is like super hot. This one too. And of course, the thing you'll be missing with the lead-free or unleaded solder is the shiny. Let's go to the next. Okay, so the next two are going to be, yeah, it's easier to take it off camera. I can twist it. Will be the 14 and 12. So we're getting into the big stuff here. Not the giant, you know, not the 8, the 4. I think they make 2 gauge and the 0. They have the super, the gigantic 0 gauge wire that most of us will never have any use for. Yes, and if you, oh yeah, let me get the burnt plastic off of my solder tip there. Yeah, you don't want that plastic. You don't want your solder tip to cool with the burnt plastic on there, because then you're gonna have problems getting it off. All right, so, and yes, with the solder tip over 700 degree, you want to definitely keep some rather be lead or unleaded solder on there. All right, so keep feeding it. There we go. Okay, well that one was pretty good, actually. Little bit of a melting of the wire, but well, let me. I guess a little bit too much. Like I said, you know, use as much solder as you want on the, and I'm using a screwdriver tip, chisel tip. Okay, now this one is taking longer, the 12 gauge wire, and you can see it turning purple here. That's from the heat. That's the copper oxidizing, basically. Come on, I'm probably gonna have to use flux. Yeah, this is. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Nope. Okay, let me throw some flux on there and see if that helps. Yeah, and this is just 12 gauge wire, so we're not even getting into like the big 8, 10, and 8 gauge. I don't have my flux. I gotta get some. Hold on. Yeah, that wire should still be really hot. The flux should like melt. Yeah, you can see the copper oxidizing from the heat. Yeah, it's melting. It's melting. And of course, and since I left the iron on there for so long, and it was here at the tip too. You can see the wire already melted. Of course, wear safety goggle, but again, I am behind the big old magnifying glass, so but up to you if you still want to, like, man, I still want to be safe. Okay, there we go. Hopefully this works where the solder gets sucked up with the flux. Yeah, because basic flux helps with keeping the metal, in this case copper, from oxidizing. Come on, stick already. Maybe I need more flux. I don't know. This is not. There we go. Okay, nope, it's balling up. There we go. Yeah, it's not melting. It's like balling up on the copper there. Yep, it's balling up on the copper, as you can see, as opposed to, and I got flux on here too, so yeah, you can see the wire is just totally melted, like a. That's a lot of wire melting back. Usually you'll get like a quarter of an inch or a 1/16 of an inch of wire, from the heat melting back, but you can see that's that's like almost half an inch, if not half an inch of wire that melted. Yep, and I don't see. Oh. Yeah, well, we can try the 10 gauge, but we're probably going to have the same issue with the 10 gauge. And so I wouldn't use. So if you're doing wiring on a car, home or a car, or on your boat, I would not use the leaded, or actually the unleaded wires on anything bigger than 14 gauge, because the 14 gauge one, it went right away. Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of oxidation on there, and a lot of wire melted. So should be warm. Yeah, okay, it's warm to the touch. Now this one, the 14 gauge, it's this was the top. You see, there's good coating. Okay, it could be a little better coating here, but there's plenty of coating here on the bottom side.